Alors bonjour tout le monde et j'espère que vous allez bien. J'espère que vous continuez à respecter les consignes données par le gouvernement et que vous allez tous bien, que vous portez bien, qu'il n'y a pas de problème. C'est vrai que c'est toujours difficile et le ministre de la Santé aujourd'hui a dit que la seule chose qu'il faut pas faire maintenant, c'est de sortir trop, de s'organiser des fêtes entre amis et tout ça. Alors il faut toujours essayer de garder nos distances parce que c'est une crise qui risque de s'aggraver. Hein? So good evening everyone, I hope you're well. Tonight what we're going to do is we're going to look at the whole area of mental health, and we're going to look at a couple of sentences that you could use in a leaving cert, whether that be an opinion piece or a diary entry or the narrative or whatever it is, right? Now, I think that of itself, it's a very, very important topic, but also I think that it's the kind of topic that can feed into other topics. So if something else came up, there are a certain amount of these sentences that you can turn around and use in the question asked, okay? So what I propose to do is I propose to give these at the end. I'm going to put the English version of these sentences up, right? But you will have to watch the Facebook Live to figure out how to actually do them in French, okay? Because there's no point me putting up the material and just leaving it. I'd actually like you to engage with the whole process of watching the video to see how you should use these and the grammatical reasoning behind a lot of these sentences. So that would be really important. So if we look first, it says the restoration of mental health should be a concern for society in general. Now, if you look at this, right, restoration of mental health should be a concern for society in general. You could say tackling drink driving should be a concern for society in general. You could say homelessness should be a concern. The lack of affordable housing should be a concern. So you can see that it leads itself to a load of different questions in different topics, right? So if we look here, what we're going to do is it's the restoration, right? Now we say just the word itself, restoration of, right? And you've got to remember that all nouns in French will have to take an article, okay? They all take an article, whether they are said on its own in English. It's not a major deal, but in French you have to put an article in front of it. So here, restoration is le rétablissement. Le rétablissement is a masculine word, so I'm just going to show it to you here, okay? Le rétablissement. Le rétablissement is restoration of, okay? So restoration of mental health. Mental health is la santé mentale. Now, because santé is a feminine word, well, mental would be describing the type of health we're talking about, then that has to come feminine as well. So it becomes la santé mentale, la santé mentale. Now it should be a concern. Doit être une préoccupation. Une préoccupation is a concern pour la société en général. La société, society is a feminine word, so it's la société. Now we could say should be a concern for society, but again, the French would look at that and say for the society, if you get what I'm saying. So doit être, should be, or must be, une préoccupation pour la société en général. En général is in general, okay? So to be mentally well is really an essential component of life. To be really mentally well. To be mentally well. Well, what you do there is very simply être, right? To be, you're just going to put your verb in the infinitive, okay? To be mentally well would be être mentalement sain. Sain, okay? Sain is well, okay? Sain is safe and well. And here, sain is well. Être mentalement, mentally, okay? Because mentally then, all words ending in ly generally end in ment in French. So, être mentalement sain is really et vraiment une composante essentielle de la vie. Now, an essential component would be une composante essentielle. Now, I just want to show you something here because this is kind of important, okay? Essentielle. If you look at this, right, the word component, right? An essential component is composante, right? And it's a feminine word, composant. So you see your adjective is essentiel, and it has to be the feminine form of essentiel, right? So that's really, really important, okay? Essentiel, de la vie, of life, de la vie. And again, we would say of life. And again, you've got your noun, life, but it's feminine, so it's de la vie. Do you see that? That's really, really important. So I'll read out that to you again, and it should be être mentalement sain est vraiment une composante essentielle de la vie. Okay? So the third one. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. So health is. Now again, we start our sentence with just saying the noun straight off, health, right? Remember, the French don't. They have to put a determiner in front of it. So it would be la santé, the health, if you like, okay? Et un état de bien-être. Okay, I'm just going to write this down. I'm sorry that I didn't have these written in advance, but the truth of it was I was up the walls all day today. I know that seems strange when we have nothing to do, but look, a busy person is always busy. Un état de bien-être is a state of well-being, and le bien-être is well-being. If you're talking about well-being, it's le bien-être, okay? Physique, mental, et social. So physically, mental, and social. So it is, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. So la santé est un état de complète bien-être physique, mental, et social. Now, just to give you something here, right? I said it's an état social, right? And if you notice there, I haven't put an E on my social because I'm talking about un état de bien-être, un état, a state of well-being. And because the state is masculine and well-being is masculine, you're going to have social has to be masculine as well. So they all have to kind of, everything has to gel in French. If you don't have agreement in French, you're going to have major hassle, right? In other words, when an examiner corrects your paper, they're going to be looking for this rule of agreement. And it's basically the logic of the French language that if you're talking about a noun that's masculine, then all the determiners, like this, my, the, they're all going to be masculine as well, okay? That just is because the word you're talking about, the noun you're talking about, is either masculine or feminine. And as you know, or as you should know, and if you don't know, it's time to really get to grips with this one. It's the golden rule of French, right? If you ever want to study French well, you have to get that, right? That every noun is either masculine or feminine, because everything in the French language will flow from that. It's really important. I always say to my students in first year, I get them to learn it off. I get them to just keep saying it, and they then get it. And then once I'm showing them something, they're going to kind of click into the rule again, that everything depends on whether the noun is masculine or feminine, because all of the French grammar depends on that one rule. So it's really, really important that you get that rule, okay? Now, the next one I did was mental health is a state of well-being again, right, in which a person can achieve their potential, all right? So don't worry about the state of well-being, right? I want to look at in which. And in which is written dans lequel. Dans lequel. And I want to show you something here. I'm saying again that it's a state of well-being. So un état de bien-être dans lequel, in which. And note the way I've spelt the in which. I've used the lequel, right? Dans lequel, in which, because lequel, the which, has to agree with l'état de bien-être, the state of well-being, which is masculine, which we've spoken about already. Okay, that's really important that you get that. Dans lequel une personne peut and can achieve their potential, right? Now we say to achieve their potential, and the French just say a really lovely one, right? They have a lovely, lovely verb for this, right? And their verb that they use is a reflexive verb, and dans lequel une personne peut, and the verb is here, the last one I wrote, se réaliser, se réaliser. Now, if you notice, right, when I'm speaking in sentences in French and I've more than one verb in the sentence, what normally happens is I'll conjugate, or I'll put my first verb into the tense that I'm using, and then I'll just leave the other ones in the infinitive. And as you may or may not be aware, the infinitive is the verb before you do anything with it. So that's really, really important that you get that as well, okay? So I'm throwing a lot at you. I know the beauty of these Facebook Lives is that they're kept on file and you could just keep going back, looking over them, reading over them. As I said, I will put the English version of these sentences up at the end, but it's really important that you listen back so that you're getting them when you're going through them yourself, okay? So that's really, really important. Now, I said we must all overcome normal obstacles in daily life. Now, what I want to key in here is we must. Okay, we must do something. We must all, right? So watch. It's a very simple but very easy grammatical construction that I would like you to take on board, okay? For your writing at Leaving Cert level, you're going to be writing opinion pieces, or you may choose a diary, or you may choose an opinion and a diary. As you know, you've 3 written pieces to do for the Leaving Cert. So I need you to get this, right? This is so, so important, okay? And the construction is simply il faut, okay, plus the verb that you're talking about in the infinitive, okay? So il faut, and the thing I've asked you for is to overcome, okay? And the verb to overcome is surmonter, and that is surmonter. Il faut surmonter, where is it now? Les tensions normales, normal tensions or normal problems, les tensions normales de la vie. Now, I want to show you this one, la vie, and it's daily life, okay? And this, again, is important, okay? Because I'm going to show you 2 things here, right? So just bear with me. If you were to say, okay, so first of all, I'll show you this, right? So, dans la vie quotidienne is daily life, la vie quotidienne. But you see here, je lis le quotidien tous les jours. Le quotidien is the daily newspaper, le quotidien. And because newspaper is un journal, it's masculine, you spell quotidien or daily in the masculine form. But when I'm speaking about life, I'm speaking about a feminine word. Life is a noun and it's feminine, so I have to change quotidien to quotidienne. So, la vie quotidienne, quotidienne, le quotidien. So just to be aware of little things like that, okay? Mental health is determined by a series of socioeconomic, biological and environmental factors. Now, before you go and kind of go, oh, mother of God, I will never be able to write that kind of thing, right? Just bear in mind, I've at least, I'd say, 30 years ahead of you as regards learning French, okay? So don't worry about that. But what I do want to say is I've chosen these very, very carefully, right? Because I want you to say biological, environmental, and socioeconomic, right? Now listen very carefully. Socioeconomic, English. In French, socio-économique. In English, biological. In French, biologique. In French, or in English, environmental. In French, environnementaux. They're very similar, okay? So it's not the long words or the hard words that you're going to have the problem with in French. It'll be all those little small words and how to put it together. It won't be the big words, because a lot of the time the big words are the same in English and French. There's just slight variations, okay? And generally the variations come with It just because biological is biologique. So the cal words are the eq words in French, things like that. So that's important. So here I said la santé mentale, because remember, we say mental health. The French will always put the determiner in front of it and say la santé mentale. But I want to show you something here. Okay, I said la santé mentale is determined by. Okay, so just bear with me because I want to show you something kind of important. Well, very important actually. Okay, so watch this. I said it's determined by. Déterminé par. Okay, so if you look here, right, la santé mentale est déterminée par, and I should have an accent on my E, my apologies. So, déterminé par. Now, what I want to draw your attention to here really quickly is, see this determined by. You have être in the sentence. And I've told you before about être. Être is the king of the verbs. Why is he the king of the verbs? He's the only verb that wears a crown in his first letter, right? So it's really important to know that. And what kind of king is he? He's a nasty, mean, horrible king, which means that whenever he's in a sentence, everything has to agree. So the déterminé here is actually a past participle. Bonjour, Adam is actually a past participle. So what you need to do is you put an extra E onto that past participle to make it agree with la santé mentale. Okay, so that's really, really important. Just and bonjour, Adam, for joining us this evening. You're very welcome, Adam. I hope it's helpful to you. So, la santé mentale est déterminée par une série de facteurs socio-économiques, biologiques et environnementaux. Environnementaux because it ends in AUX, because obviously you're dealing with a series of factors, which is a masculine word, okay? So, les facteurs. All right, so that's important, a series of factors. What type of factors? Socioeconomic, biological, and my third one was environmental. So that's important, okay? So it is a well-established fact that, okay, you're writing an essay and you're at home and you're writing a couple of these, okay, because you want to kind of get into the thing for the Leaving Cert, okay, whenever it's going to be, right? We hope it'll be in on the 29th of July. All that will be contingent upon COVID-19, right? So a really nice way of putting an argument into your opinion piece would be, c'est, if you can see it there, c'est un fait avéré que. It is an established fact that. And then you could talk about anything that you want, C'est un fait avéré que l'environnement est en danger. C'est un fait avéré qu'il y a trop de monde qui boivent au volant. Whatever it is you want to say, okay? It is a well-established fact that exercising daily, right? Now, exercising or doing exercise. So what should you do there? How are you going to say doing exercise? Should you try, like some of my students do, should you try and do this? I'll just show you, okay? Should you write something like that? Put it into the present participle. Well, you shouldn't, right? Because, no, that would be incorrect. Because I have said that it's a well-established fact that exercising regularly, right? So it is already my verb, okay? C'est un fait avéré que. So then what you need to do is you just put your verb in the infinitive. Faire de l'exercice. Faire de l'exercice, okay? Est bon pour la santé mentale car l'exercice stimule la libération d'endorphines. So it stimulates the release of endorphins. Don't have to worry about that. Okay. Fortunately, it is equally true that mental health problems are no longer stigmatized like before. So, it is equally true that. So, fortunately is heureusement, or whatever way you want to put that, okay? What I'm interested in is, it is equally true that. Again, go back to your opinion piece, you're writing an opinion piece, you want to give a kind of a counter argument to what you've written already. So, you could say, il est également vrai. And some of you will say aussi vrai. I don't have a problem with it, but guess what? If I was and I'm not doing examining anymore. I stopped all that. I did it for years. But if I were examining you, and this, merci James, également. Également is equally or also doing their classes this week. Oh, thank you so much, James. Merci beaucoup. So that's important, that you could use OC, and I wouldn't have a problem with OC. But if I had two candidates doing their Leaving Cert, and one used OC and one used également, well, I would be more in favour of également because it's showing a more diverse vocabulary, and that's important. That's what they're looking for. Examiners want to see your whole range of vocabulary, okay? So learn a couple of different words for problem, learn a few different words for solution, learn a few words that to say, like it is true to say, it is important to say, it is important to state, you know, just change it around a little bit, okay? Ne sont plus stigmatisés comme. Now, you could say like before, and again, before the word could be avant, but you could use auparavant, comme auparavant. And how you spell that is A-U, hold on one second, A-U-P-A-R. I should have this done. I'm so sorry. I was just, I don't know what I was doing today. You know, one of those days you were busy, but you don't know what you were doing. Auparavant. Auparavant, if I show it to you here. Auparavant. That's another way of saying avant. It's like in the past, okay? Auparavant. But it's a lovely word. And again, these words are so important. And the last one, you'll be glad to know, in my school, easy, Dominical, we have awareness campaigns about mental health. We have awareness campaigns about drink driving. We have awareness campaigns about alcohol. We have awareness campaigns about drug abuse. We have awareness campaigns against racism. We have awareness campaigns about everything, right? So, dans mon école, nous avons des campagnes de sensibilisation. Now, I really would love to show you this, but the writing is way too small, and I'd love if Facebook would allow me write on a whiteboard. If any of them are listening, it would be great if you fix that. That'd be really cool. I'd be absolutely delighted. You'd never get me off it. Sensibilisation. So the campagnes de sensibilisation are awareness campaigns. So I'm just going to show it to you here. Des campagnes de sensibilisation. So there you have it. I think I left one out. I'll just show you. An excessive dependency on social media can have an effect on the mental health of a person. Well, une dépendance excessive. Because dependence is feminine, excessive would actually have to be feminine as well. Sur les réseaux sociaux, which would be social networks, social media, peut avoir un effet sur la santé mentale de la personne. Peut avoir, can have, peut avoir, and be very careful of how you're going to spell that. Peut avoir, right? I'll just show you that as my last thing there. Peut avoir. Now, what I'm going to do, okay, because we're drawing to a close, you're delighted to say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the English version of these, right? And I'll ask you, please, to go back over the live and listen to it and see how you get on with it. If you'd like, you could send me a screenshot in the comments below of how you've done it, and I'll comment on it. No problem. I won't grade you because I'm not your teacher, and your teachers are the only ones equipped to grade you, because I don't imagine that I would be able to grade a person without knowing that person completely. Okay? So, voilà, c'est tout pour ce soir. Enfin, c'est tout pour la semaine. So that's it for the week. I will be back again on Monday evening. Monday at 8 p.m. it will be a grammar. It'll be grammar. It'll be something in grammar. Don't know what yet. Never know before roughly Monday morning when I kind of think about it. But don't worry, we'll do something interesting in grammar. And lads, merci beaucoup de m'avoir écouté. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please tell your friends about what we do. It'll be wonderful. Lovely to get the lovely comments from James and others. Adam, bonjour. So it's really lovely that you are commenting, and I appreciate everything. Okay? Merci et bonne nuit et bon week-end. Bon week-end.